Hi, my name's Chris Cooper from Norfolk Yacht Agency, and this is a short walkthrough video of this 2004 Sheerline 950 Aft Cockpit. They're an unusual boat actually, but with fantastic accommodation, really good cockpit space and living space, low air draft, good side deck access all the way around the boat, handrails around the boat. They're a really lovely high quality river cruiser, and as I say, we don't see many of them. And this particular boat has just arrived at MIA Horning, and valeters are just setting about giving her a wash. So I'll give you a quick tour of the outside, and then we'll hop on board and I'll show you through the interior. We've got folding windscreens here and a folding radar arch. I'll show you that inside as well. That gives us really good bridge clearance when all folded down. I will just put the specs on the website, but she's a boat that's ideal for the Broads, ideal for the U's, and also pretty well suited to the Thames and the other inland waterway systems. So relatively new canopy on this boat, which gives a lot of space in the cockpit. Again, I'll hop on board in just a moment and show you the cockpit's space inside. But what I really wanted to show you was the transom entrance, because that is an even more unusual thing to see on a Sheerline 950. The majority of them don't have this access door. They have wraparound seating in the interior of the boat, but the difference that makes in terms of boarding is astronomical. Being able to step on the bathing platform and walk through the transom door, something that we get asked for all the time. It's on a lot of people's wish lists. So without further ado, I'll hop on board and take you through the interior. So here we are in the cockpit of the Sheerline, and if I just turn around, then you can see this lovely seating area. Big U-shaped seat, transom door entrance there on the port side. Leaves of the table fold out to fill that space, making that a really lovely dining area actually in the cockpit. Big, open, spacious cockpit this. Navigator seat there off the port, no, starboard, with the fridge underneath. Big fridge with an ice box, just where you want it. Just where you want it, really. See, really good access to the drinks, and a nice wide, comfortable helm seat there. A really good view from the helm here. Bow thruster control there. Marine, speed and depth log. Canopy's nearly new. It's in really good shape. The design's been altered very slightly to accommodate more headroom at the aft end of the cockpit. Recut, I suppose, is probably the best description there. And typically the standard canopy dips down at the back end of the boat. Doesn't really allow very much space when you're sat in the seating at the aft end. You can't have the canopy against the back of your head. So the owners quite sensibly had that altered when they had a new canopy made. Teak and holly floors and steps as well on either side. These are side access steps, so the canopy sides roll out that point. It just gives you access up and onto the side decks, or out and over the side of the boat. Teak continues down here on the top of the footrests. There's various lockers in here as well, under the footstep there. I think we've got the shore power cable in there. Yeah, we have. Well, whilst I'm standing looking here, we've got the inverter control there and a charger control. And there's also a solar controller there as well. We've just got there's a loose sort of flat panel under the screens, just gently feeding power into the batteries. Heating outlet in the cockpit here as well. Should be a really lovely boat to be on. Folding radar arch there, and folding windscreens. So all the specific details will be in the spec, but this will fold down to pretty low air draft. Engine access under the cockpit floor down here. Oh, that's gnarly. On a hydraulic drive in these boats, which actually allows really good access to the engine bay. A sliding hatch that takes you down a couple of steps and into the saloon. So I'll just pop the camera down for a second, get myself down there and show you the cabin arrangement. The seating arrangement in the saloon here, and this is ultra leather, which is a faux leather material. It's very soft and very hard wearing, really comfortable seating normally. A lovely high gloss table there as well, and all the interior actually is really lovely. The timber work is really good throughout the boat. 3 steps up into the saloon, and the seating's on a slightly raised plinth, and that allows you to see out the windows when you're seated, which is a nice touch. Some TV and our isolated panels. Just there's our 240 electrics. I'll just put those on the breakers. Stereo up there. CD player. Some overhead lockers. Just increase the storage. See the depth of shine in that bulkhead. And then we've got galley on the port side here. There's a full-size cooker with a separate oven and grill. 4-burner hob, all in really nice condition. And then composite galley work surfaces, very hard wearing material. Another fridge. And then we've got 1.5 sink, which is under a removable galley cutout. Toilet compartment with a really nice shower in it actually, on the starboard side of the boat. That's electric flush toilet. See the holding tank gauge just behind there in the composite work surface. That continues in here. All really nice materials. Proper shower mixer there, and a proper shower screen actually, not a curtain. That pulls out over the top of the shower tray there. There's our forward cabin. Again, the timber work continues through the boat here. Upholstery's in really good condition. If I was going to be slightly unkind about her, then the linings around the forward berth are slightly loose and baggy, more so on the port side than on the starboard side. Absolutely fine, terms of the head linings, there's no leaks or anything hanging down in here, but those side linings just a little bit loose. The material's loose. Hanging locker just inside here, and then we've got cave lockers underneath each of the berths, and then an infill that creates a double berth from this space. I just back away. Camera doesn't really pick it up, but that'll turn that berth space into quite a big double. So if I turn myself around and head aft, then we have a mid cabin, another hanging locker there, and then we've got quite a big berth space under the cockpit sole. Again, you can never really get a good shot of these berths. They always look tight, but certainly in terms of the head space, well, they're not full standing headroom under the berth, but that's quite a big berth. I mean, I would say that's plus 5 foot in width, and it's going to be well over 6 foot. It's most of the beam of the boat really at that point, so a good size berth, or a decent berth space. So there we go. Unusual boat really, not normally very many of these around, and it's overall actually I think in very, very good condition. So if you have any queries or questions, then please give us a call. Head over to the website for price and full specification. That's www.nya.co.uk. Thank you for watching.